The following is a presentation of TFNN. Live at TFNN, the Bull Bear Binary Option Hour. Brought to you by Nadex. Now, Tom O'Brien, Darrell Martin, and Steve Rhodes.
Welcome, folks. Darrell Martin, Tom O'Brien. Appreciate you growling and prowling out here with us. Right now, you get the Dow up 8, NASDAQ up 36. S&P's up 7. We get gold down $6. You have silver flat, bonds up 3 ticks. Google just went over $1,000 overnight. It's up 13%.
Pretty. I know, man. I strangled that. I talked about that on the air yesterday. We did a strangle on it.
Okay.
And it was a beautiful thing. I went in and strangled the NASDAQ.
Sweet.
And yeah, I do it every quarter. And I love the Google earnings release because it comes out at 4 o'clock, gives you 15 minutes for that thing to explode. Just bam, just a perfect move. It was awesome.
Well, we'll talk about that. Listen, folks, if you haven't test drove the Nadex platform yet, come over to our website at TFNN. You're going to see the banner in the very top. On the side, you can hit that banner, bring up an account. They'll put $25,000 of funny money into your account ASAP. You'll be able to sit here each and every day and get to understand how this platform works. Once you get it up and going, of course, Darrell does a program every day, 1 to 2 Eastern Standard Time. He's trading that Nadex product every day. Also has an analyzer that you can test drive. You take that analyzer on top of the platform and you get action. Okay, so talk to us about what specifically you were doing yesterday coming into it, because it does get intriguing, no doubt, that what Google does, folks, I mean, they're so great in the sense that every second is something. They literally come out with their earnings every time, like 1/10 or 1/100th of a second after 4 o'clock. So.
Oh, I know. I mean, it's perfect. They get in there and. I mean, if you pull up, if you pull a Google chart up, you look at the details on it, you can definitely see it. But let me see here. I'll get one on the screen.
I got it. Got it.
You got it.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. I'll put them side by side too.
Great. Okay.
So we go in here, and
I got your screen right here. Okay. Cool.
There we go. And go back over here to look at the end of the day there. Oh, I got to get. Sorry. Got a setting on here. They got all these fancy settings on Thinkorswim. It's a great platform. So I love using it for pulling up all different types of charts. And but one of the things you can do, because I'll look for gaps, you know how I always look at trades and everything. So I'll put the settings in to show me the gap. But I got to turn all those settings back on. Okay. There we go. So you can see right here, this is the after hours NASDAQ 100.
Right.
Okay, so you see that just move up right there. And if I flip back over here, then what you can see on Google, there's the after hours on Google.
I know.
Flying up, okay?
Yep.
So now yesterday what happened was I actually did this during the show. I walked through how to do a binary strangle. As you know, like U.S. tech spreads have a benefit if you have a small account or you're a newer client because it's lower leverage.
Right.
So obviously that doesn't work for me. And so I hopped in, I did the binaries and on it, and I went in and I looked for the deviation levels.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
Okay. And so if we go over and pull up the deviation levels from yesterday, I have to do this right here. Get them right there. So what you can see is we came in, and this is about the time the show was taking place. All right, right here, my show, 12 to 1, or 1 to 2 Eastern time there. And I come in, and all of a sudden it's pulling back down. It's right here at the half deviation level. And I'm like, wow, we can get in right now. And for basically $12 on each side, so about $24, $25 risk.
Yes.
If it went up or down, hit either deviation level, then we would make 100% return.
Amazing.
Okay? And then what I also do is I layer in additional binaries. So I was able to get a little bit higher for $5, a little bit lower for $95. So basically I risked $10 on the other layer, which was $33.04. Okay?
Yes.
And so let's go in, and this is hilarious. I'm going out. My daughter's birthday was yesterday.
Okay.
And so
tell her we said happy birthday.
I definitely will. Yeah, she had a blast. I got her a pink 22 Ruger, rifle, and got a little scope on it and all that. Took her out to the shooting range, and only in Texas, right? Take your 7-year-old out.
I was just going to say, man. But, there's no doubt, man. And a pink one to boot, right?
Oh, yeah. She had to have this pink. It's like all has like wood grain in it and everything.
Okay.
And, got a sling on there and a camo carrying case. And anyway, so she doesn't know this is happening. She gets picked up, and she's like, where are we going? Has no idea. We get there, I pull it out, and she's just all flipping out and everything. Anyways, well, while me and my wife are driving, my wife's on my phone watching the NASDAQ. Because I'm like, okay, it's got to finish. I mean, we already made our money. We're profitable for the day, okay?
Yeah.
So it's not like a big deal.
Right.
And I mean, I didn't have an insane amount on there. I mean, I only had literally $50.
Yeah.
Okay? So, nothing major at all. Literally $50. And I guess it's $100, because I had 10 of the upper and 10 of the lower. And I already closed out half. I put on 20 contracts. I closed out half of them. I bought them for $5, sold them for like $25. Okay, so 500% or 400% return right there. And but then, I held on to 10 more right into expiration. I'm like, you know what? There's only $50. At that point, there was only $50 left of risk on the table. We've already made, quite a bit of money for the day.
Sure.
And so I'm like, my wife's starting to get into this Nadex thing, and I'm like, okay, it has to finish. Like one tick above. I want to say it was 44 or 30. 3304. Yeah, it was 3304. So I had to finish one tick above 3304. And I mean, we're watching this thing, and I mean, it's going right down into the last, like seconds, and it's getting up there, and I'm like, it's probably not going to happen, and not a big deal, because like I said, I had the risk under control, and but then it just starts running up, and I'm like, no way, is this thing really going to do it? And it literally finishes just like right in the money. So we cleared like another $950.
Wow.
While, just hanging out in the car, and driving on the way over there. So it's pretty sweet.
It's huge, and
here, I found the ticket. I'm going to show the ticket to you right here. So this is the ticket. It finished at 3304.3. Okay.
Yes.
So payout amount right there, $1,000 on those remaining 10 contracts.
Amazing.
So you got to love that. I was like, well, that paid for the gun, and because I mean, we spent like $400 on the gun and like $300 on the all the ammo and ranges and scopes and everything else.
Sure.
So, and I was like, well, that made that easy.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing.
But working yours $50 and make $950, like,
that. Exactly. It's not even close. And what does happen, folks, with Google in particular, is that you can get those expected moves, and it didn't mean that it could have went either way. Just so you understand how that trade was set up with Darrell. That's the thing that's intriguing about this. It wasn't a trade that was saying, okay, it's going one way. It's
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, it wasn't just like a random lucky play.
Right.
When I was going through, I was like, okay, one, we're targeting only a half deviation move.
Yep.
On a Google earnings release, which is obviously heavily weighted in the NASDAQ.
Sure.
And one of the things I said is I layer into the trade, but I make sure that the profit I make on my initial one, where I risk basically 25 to make 25.
Yes.
Okay. Because whenever it hits that strike, I get out. Okay. So when it went up to like 3,300, I was out.
Right.
And on the first one.
Right.
And so when it hits there, so what I'm doing is I'm then taking, I'm highly assuming that one is going to be profitable.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And then what I do is I take some of that profit and I put it into maybe one or two additional layers.
Yeah, exactly.
And so that way, no matter what I end up, as long as the first one hits, I end up net profitable. But if the second or third one hit, then, and I actually didn't even do there weren't two layers to do, because you could only go up to 3304. That was the highest strike. And so I just did, did additional ones of that higher strike. And, that way, no matter what happens, as long as that first one hits, I'm profitable. But if the other ones hit, then
which is huge, thing. Right? And what ends up happening, folks, is that you can make the case that something is at risk because you already won the money, but the fact of the matter is it's the money that was just won 3 minutes prior to that. So the parlay and that is totally where it's at. There's no doubt about it, man. Amazing.
It's just a cool point. I do it every quarter. I mean, it's just every single quarter I go in, and it was really unique because if we would have waited later into the day, we probably wouldn't have been able to do at least the first trade. Because on the first one, I just noticed like we were running up, and I was a little nervous because there has been one time before where it ran up so high I couldn't really do a strangle on it.
Okay. Yeah.
And there really just wasn't any good strike above the market because it had sort of maxed out. And so I was like, we're going to throw this on now because we're right at, this is like 130 right here. We're right at the half deviation level.
Yes.
And I could do a perfect half deviation play. I love that because it bounces off these levels so often. And So we went in a little bit early on this one. A lot of times I'll get in like at 3 o'clock or 3:30.
Okay.
So it worked out perfectly getting in at that time because where the price was and where the price of the binaries were, I'm like, you couldn't have a better play, a better setup. So
amazing. Well, congratulations, man. And you know, what is going to get interesting out here too, folks, is that all these indices right now have basically finished to A to B equals C to D. Google, of course, is way over it. The 3Qs, the 1-to-1 was $81. You're at $81.73. The Nasdaq Composite itself. Let me see if the composite did it yet. The composite has about another. I think it's 39.33. I get that exact number. The composite looks like it has a little bit more. The Russell, right now, you're at 111. Oh, this is a trip. So yeah, the Russell hit 1110.74, and the A to B equals C to D is 1111. And of course, the SPX, the retracement was too deep for an ABC structure on the way up, but the A to B equals C to D is 1745, and we've hit 1740 this morning. So this is going to be really interesting. Watch how this whole thing shakes out. Inside the NDX 100, what we do have, of course, Google's putting all the juice inside it. Baidu also. Baidu is basically up $7.50 right now. Facebook is up 220. Green Mountain is up 217. Green Mountain's a dead cat bounce. Getting smoked out there is Intuitive Surgical. She's down $22. Mylan Pharmaceutical is off. It's only off 97 cents. That's nothing. REGN got some juice on the way down, and so doesn't Biogen. So it's
check this out. Nasdaq just bounced off the one deviation right there, 33.34.
Oh, interesting.
Look at that, hit it and then just dropped.
Yeah, and that's. You know, what I think you're going to see here, and this is where this trading, folks, because of where Google is really sweet at this particular point. Like, I literally just sold the NASDAQ, a few minutes ago. And what that was about was Google, getting to that 105, 106, 107. So, it doesn't mean that Google's not going to stay up there, but all Google has to do is actually go back to about 980, which... I can see that, hey, listen, if you're up 13% in one day, someone's going to take their money, folks.
Exactly. Somebody might want to get a little bit of profit.
It's
and take
Friday.
That out, yeah.
I mean, it's Friday. Really? You're going to be up 13% in one day and not take any money? Oh, I don't know about that, man. It's pretty wild. There's no doubt about it. Gold out here, folks. Gold is holding. Gold's down 780. Wide price spread, accelerated volume yesterday. All the equities are holding out there. I suspect that the bottom is in. Particularly, what you learn a lot out here today, of course, is that if they can't smoke it on a Friday, guess what? They're not going to be able to do it. And what gold is doing right now, you're down $8. It's going into the huge sign of strength that it had yesterday. Actually, it's at 0340 in the morning. That's when the gold did 17,000 contracts. Big number. This is Darrell Martin, Tom O'Brien. Appreciate you growling and prowling with us. You stay right there, folks. We're going to be coming right back. We had the Dow. The Dow is down 3. Nasdaq's up 34. S&Ps are up 650. We're going to be right back.
Wednesday, October 30th at 6:30 p.m., Andy Hecht has a special live online workshop for his subscribers to his weekly newsletter, The Technomental Commodity Report, called A Roadmap That All Investors Should Use, But Most Don't. During this hour-long live webinar, Andy will teach you how to use free and readily available market data to calculate the future expected price range for any asset. It's a simple yet powerful method that every investor should have in their toolbox. The best part is that you can attend this live online workshop, which will be archived, by simply signing up for a 30-day free trial to Andy's newsletter, The Technomental Commodity Report. And this is the last month to lock in the low introductory rate of only $39 a month. This price will be going up by over 25% come November, so now is the perfect time to get in on the action. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to the Technomental Commodity Report today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com.
with the launch of Tiger TV. TFNN has brought our programming to the next level. With Tiger TV, you can gain access to each host's charts and computer screens as they host their daily stock program. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, Steve Rose, Basil Chapman, David White, Larry Pesavento, Andy Hecht, Victor Jones, or Darrell Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on Tiger TV for your viewing pleasure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't checked out Tiger TV, then visit TFNN.com and see what you're missing.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investment strategy. You're always looking for the next trading opportunity to magnify your perspective. Direction Shares connects sophisticated traders with a powerful array of ETFs from a wide range of asset classes. The markets may go up and down, and you want tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor, Foreside Fund Services, LLC. Wouldn't it be great if you could get a red light, green light indicator that gives you signals on 25 different futures contracts? Now you can with Taz Signal Box. This red light, green light market profile system dynamically updates 24 hours a day and provides you with important trend and trade signals on 9 different commodities, 9 different indices, and 8 different currencies. Right now, you can receive a 2-week free trial to Taz Signal Box. For all the details and to find out how the Signal Box works, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Darrell Martin, Tom O'Brien. Appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. We hit the Dow right now down 13. Nasdaq is up 30. Nasdaq's the big dog, no doubt. Has been the big dog, is the big dog. S&Ps are right now up 5.75. Darrell, when we look at the Nadex platform, right? Talk to me a little bit about trading the currencies on it.
On the currency, I love actually trading the currencies. Out of all the instruments, it's probably my favorite just because of the way that it's weighted, I guess you could say.
Right.
And so over here, you can go in. We can trade the spreads, of course. You can trade the spreads or the binaries. I trade the spreads a lot on the currencies.
Right.
And also, that's what I usually trade whenever I'm trading news. A lot, I'll trade the currencies as well. But you can go in, and here's just an example. If they're adding in Aussie yen and Euro pound, that's about to come online. We already have it built into the scanner ready to go.
Okay.
So that'll be coming online in November. And but you can go in here, and I mean, you can put in the break-even distance is almost always low.
Right.
Okay. This is like without filters. You're seeing like 13 ticks is like the biggest break-even distance. Okay.
That's amazing.
But we got like 3 ticks, 2 ticks, 8 ticks, 3 ticks. You know.
Yep.
And so you can go in and get really low risk trades and actually not use a stop loss. So if you want to do a trade to go short or long a currency, I mean, you're talking right here. Here's a 12 o'clock expiration. That's 9 ticks away, but a lot of times you're going for 20, 30, 40, 50 ticks. But the beautiful thing right there on that is that really is your risk. Those 8 ticks is your risk.
Yes.
Because after that, it's pure profit. And that's your margin, by the way. So you'd be putting up, like $200 to be able to place that trade on Forex spot.
And
because
folks,
that's equal to a mini lot.
It's unheard of. I mean, it's one thing in the futures market, you need stops. In the Forex market, you don't have a stop, and you're blown out of the water in about 2 seconds flat. Because when they get volatile, they're vicious. There's no doubt. Well, they're vicious in a good way or a bad way, depending on which side you're on. But when these babies move, and they've been moving a lot. I mean, the euro to dollar, folks, the moves have been basically extraordinary. The moves yesterday were extraordinary.
So look at this. It'd be $193 in margin, an FX margin, just to do that trade.
Okay.
So if you're doing spot FX.
Yes.
So whereas this, we're putting up, all of these are, except for like one of them, which is the master spread, all of them are lower than that. So no matter what, you're getting lower margin.
Right.
And then, you go in and you get some of these trades that have like little to no stop on them, where, $9, it's like, don't even worry about the stop.
Right.
And so just, massive margin, what would that be? It's let's see here. If we go in and multiply it times 50, just to check out what the margin actually is, we'll just divide that by 9. Yeah, it's 1,000 to 1 margin.
Wow.
So, because you're controlling 10 grand, every pip is worth $1,
right,
which is what a mini lot is. It's 10,000 units of currency.
Right.
So, yeah, so you're talking 1,000 to 1 leverage, but with only a $10 risk, and you can't be stopped out on the trade. So that's one of the reasons. Obviously, that's one of the big reasons I love the Forex on here. Is simply because of that. You can go in with those trades, those really low-risk trades.
And the time value, okay, is just like the other indices, right? I mean, they have time value of, what, 12, 3, 11? I mean, they're all day long, right?
Yeah, exactly. You have every hour. Actually, on FX, they start at night at 6 o'clock.
Okay.
And you get a new spread every hour that lasts 2 hours. Okay, so you got like one at 6 to 8, 7 to 9, 9 to 10, all the way until like 1 to 3.
Right.
Okay? And then you also have an 11 o'clock expiration, you'll have a 7 a.m. expiration, you'll have a 3 p.m. expiration. So you'll have like 5 or 8 hour long spreads as well. So there's constantly new spreads coming out. And you don't have to keep up with all this. It's not like you have to know it all. It's just, that's why one of the reasons I like the scanner is it feeds all the spreads in. Like anything that's available right now is going to show up on the scanner. I mean,
yes,
if one expires, it's going to drop off, a new one's going to come up. Whereas on the Nadex platform, you literally have to go in, and this is one of the things, I don't know why they do this, but you have to hit refresh every hour.
Okay.
If you don't, then you won't see the new spreads.
I see. Okay.
And so we're actually pumping them in live directly from the exchange, directly into the scanner, so you know what's available in real time, risk and everything already calculated for you. So, but yeah, you go in, you just buy, sell, just like you normally do. People get all confused about them. And it's like it's really simple.
That's just, all it is. No, exactly.
You buy and you sell, and the difference between the two is your profit. And you can't lose more than this. And there is a cap on profit, but what's hilarious is people go, well, I don't know about that cap on profit. I'm like, how many times do you pull in 90 pips intraday out of any trade?
You got it. Exactly.
Come on.
Right.
So it's like most people are pulling 30, 40, 50, maybe good traders, okay, out of the market. So it's like, let's not really get all caught up in worrying about whether or not, we're going in and capping out our
risk. That's right.
And
what you should always be worrying about is how much you're losing, not making an astronomical amount.
Yeah, and people go, well, what happens when you max it out? And I do max them out, but you know what? Well, there's always new spreads. You buy another one.
Yeah, get down on your knees and thank God.
Do a dance.
Totally. Yeah. You stay right there, folks. Darrell Martin, Tom O'Brien. Appreciate you growling and prowling with us right out here. We hit the Dow down 30, Nasdaq up 29, S&Ps are up 6.5. We're going to be right back, folks.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, Nasdaq, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
No matter where you listen to TFNN programming, we want you to know you can always access your favorite shows on demand through TFNN.com. TFNN airs live programming every market day from 9 a.m. till 6 p.m. Eastern, and you can view each program by accessing Tiger TV through our homepage. We even have an easy link for all mobile devices, including iPhones and iPads, located at the top right-hand corner of the TFNN homepage. You can't use your smartphone to view Tiger TV, but if you don't have a mobile connection that can keep up with streaming live video, then you can simply visit TFNN.mobi in the browser of your smartphone for live streaming audio of all of our programs. The mission of TFNN is to educate our audience directly and interactively through our interactive website and radio call and talk shows. TFNN is able to teach all levels of investors the technical skills needed to trade in today's marketplace. In order to get the best information possible, TFNN has assembled the most respected financial minds in the country to provide the most current news and comprehensive advice available. TFNN.com. Educating investors.
Darrell Martin coined the phrase diagnostic trading, and we're happy to announce that his diagnostic box spread analyzer has finally been released. The Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer helps you easily identify the best box spreads on Nadex in seconds, plus you receive access to the diagnostic deviation levels, as well as step-by-step training videos teaching you how to trade Nadex spreads so you can quickly master the mechanics of this simple yet powerful trading instrument. By pulling live data from the Nadex exchange, the Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer does all the math for you, calculating risk, reward potential, distance to break even for both outright spreads and spreads used to hedge the underlying market. Visit the front page of TFNN.com today to get your 2-week free trial to Darrell Martin's Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer and gain access to the valuable information it can provide when trading the Nadex box spreads. Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's Nadex.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Darrell Martin, Tom O'Brien. Appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. And, folks, if you haven't test drove that Nadex platform yet, you can do it right here, right now. Go to the website at TFNN, hit the banner, bring up the platform. They'll put $25,000 in funny money into your account. Let's go to Bob in Orlando. Hey, Bob, what's going on?
Morning, Tom and Darrell. Thank you for taking my call.
Sure. Thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. Appreciate it.
I'm a, what do you call it, your News for Gold subscriber, and I attended one of your webinar, and you said that the bottom was, a goal was today, and it was after hours, of course. Then I woke up in the morning and said, wait a minute, I can do this through Nadex, which I did. And then I capitalized on that. I got like a $5 binary and made a killing with that because of you and Darrell. So
interesting. Oh, so you're talking to... So what happened, folks, is that on Wednesday, I see what you're talking about. So when I sent out the update on Wednesday, right, when we bought the stocks on Wednesday?
Plus you mentioned, no, but you mentioned it on the webinar. The
oh, that's even funnier. Oh, my God.
Right.
Oh, okay.
So a gold subscriber would be able to go to your webinar, which I was one. I attended that. You mentioned that the gold bottom And then that morning, I woke up and said, what? Well, then I woke up like at 2 o'clock or something.
Yeah.
And I said, wait a minute, I can capitalize this with Darrell's Nadex.
What
which I did.
That's cool.
Because it was after hours when you mentioned it. And I got it before the 3 o'clock something when gold
3:40
started.
before it spiked.
Yeah, when it went up right here.
I just want to say thank you to both.
Wow.
Awesome.
That's awesome, man. We appreciate it, man.
Right.
You have a great one. Have a safe
Gotta love
one.
that.
Yeah, that I could, there's no doubt. And what happens, folks, is that if you're always capping your risk, those trades are out there. They're not always out there, but those, you can see Darrell just got the Nadex. I mean the Nasdaq. Okay, there's plenty of folks that got the gold. Because the risk was very minimal at that point. Now, I certainly didn't think it was going to go up $36 within 7 hours of basically calling it. But the bottom line is it did.
It's a beautiful call.
It's it's interesting, man. What's so cool about the gold market, folks, is that what happens. The fear and greed in life is huge, but in the gold market, it's extraordinary. And what tends to happen is that people. Now, I trade it technically, but what happens is that I know it so well fundamentally that when it gets to certain prices and people won't buy it, it's like, oh, man, hold it, man. All I think about, like I woke up this morning, so check this out. When I woke up this morning, Joe Kernan on CNBC hates gold, okay? So every single time, like the next time I'm on, what ends up happening is that they're always saying, well, why can gold go up? And I had been a bear for a long time on the way down. But my correlation always comes down to the point now with like, okay, so I was thinking about this morning, I'm saying to myself, okay, right, all these guys get ties on. The ties are probably $70, $80 a piece, $100 a piece. It's like, oh, really? So you can buy 13 ties, you can buy an ounce of gold. That's the correlation, folks, okay? Do you know what I mean? So at $11.59, which it costs to get gold out of the ground, that's the bottom. It's like, okay, is it going to spike it? Yeah, I can spike it, but guess what? It's not going down. So that's it. So it gets interesting when you get to those levels. You test them, which we did the other night. We tested it, with lighter volume, and everyone is fearful. That's what it takes. And unfortunately, what it also takes is the kind of beating that came in and the amount of times that there were not necessarily false bottoms in, but that it kept breaking lower and lower and lower. So it's the whole thing's interesting. We'll see, where this goes. But it looks to me like we get 1450, 1500. That's going to be the next run up. So, and don't forget, folks, there's my 600th edition of the Gold Report's coming out October 22nd, which is Tuesday. We are doing a special right now. You can get 60 editions of the Gold Report for only $600. Normally it's $89 a month. That's $10 a week. So you get the next 3 days to do it. It's hard to believe the 600th edition. Isn't that a trip, Darrell?
Oh my gosh! Really?
I know. It's 12 years, man. It's sick. You know what's so crazy? Yeah, I know. This is what's so crazy. Wow. What's so crazy about it is that, like when I'm doing the program right here, the desk that all these monitors are on is the desk that I still had when I started that Gold Report. And it's like, man, this is just crazy. Time flies, baby. No doubt about it.
Yeah, man, I get 12 years in. Congratulations on that. That's awesome.
Yeah, no, it feels like nothing too, man. It's just amazing. It really is. So, market-wise out here, this is going to get interesting, folks, and this is why. So watch this. It looks to me like just about everything's done what it's supposed to do. The let's see what the S&P. The number on the S&P, by the way, folks, A to B equals C to D was 1745. We've done 1741.21. The NDX 100 went over the 1-to-1. The Russell went over the 1-to-1, and the Dow Industrials is a dog. I would have loved to see the Dow actually try to make it up at least to the low of the high, which would be 15,470. It got to 15,385. But we'll see where this shakes out. I got to figure this out in the next few hours about do I want to sell this whole baby right now or not. It's going to get interesting. See, because what you have, so watch this with Google. What Google is going to happen is, let me just see this. If I bring this back further, if Google, one more, bring it back 2 years. Okay, so she's right there. That's 12 million shares. No, that won't be a blowout. Okay, she's done that before. But Google's definitely done the A to B equals C to D. And now what you are going to have is, you know, you talk about some... It's all going to depend on how Google trades coming into this close out here today. What we have had thus far is this. It looks to me like 983 is the number. You know, we popped it, and now there's no more buyers up here. So the last 50 minutes, what we've had, so check this out in the last 50 minutes. This is pretty cool. So when we started the program, Darrell started at 10 o'clock. On a 10-minute, you had 944,000 at the high. Then it tried to get to the high again at 618,000. Then it tried again with 322. Then it tried again with 221. So that's when you can tell it, okay, that's it. Okay, now the question is going to be, is someone going to just, you know, take a little bit of money? You know, and where I'm going with the 983 is that was the last time with any juice. What you don't want to see if you're into Google, well, let's put it this way. If you're into Google, you should be taking your money, okay? Because no one's going to go buy Google because they don't have enough money, and that gap is going to eventually be filled. Just a matter of when. You're not going to have a 10% gap that's open, folks. You know? So take your money, bring your family to the... With Google, you probably can bring your family to Hawaii. Forget the Four Seasons, man.
No kidding, right?
Yeah, totally, man.
And that's we've talked about that before too. You know, it's really important. Traders go in and they make this, you know, these big wins,
right?
And then they just leave it all there,
right?
And give it back. And I mean, you're trading to make money, not to increase your bank account size or your trading account size.
Totally.
And you definitely got to take that stuff out. And whether it's, you know, buy a gun and take your daughter to the shooting range, or whether it's buy a boat, or whether it's go to Hawaii or whatever. I mean. The things we've done with trading wins, I mean, that's what all this work is for, you know. So we go out and we go on vacations, we do things together. That's why we're doing it. So people so often just forget to take anything out, and it's like when you get those big wins, take it out and enjoy it.
It's huge, and that was absolutely right. You don't take it out and just hold the cash either, folks. You go get yourself quality of life, because what happens is that you understand two different things. That on the tough days. You know that, okay, you've already had a blast if you've done something, okay? So that the confidence level and the discipline stays with you. That's what it really comes down to, you know. But the only way that can happen is if, in fact, you do take it out and use it how you want to use it to basically have a better life for yourself, for your kids, for your community, for the whole ball of wax. It's a different ball game because the shots are there. I can guarantee. Well, I bet there's every person that's listening out here. Every one of you has had the shots. That's just how it goes. You know, it's all out there. What is amazing to me about the marketplace, though, to this day, it's like when your accounts are green, folks. If you don't take it, they go red. I mean, it's like how does that work? Do you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just a constant. It's absolutely a constant, you know. So
well, I mean, it's actually, I think, it's one of the things that helps separate a professional trader from a gambling trader.
Yeah.
You know, because think about it, a gambler is going to sit at a table. They're going to be up. They're going to be down. They're going to be up. They're going to be down. They're never going to walk away. They're never going to take their money off the table. You know, and a professional knows money management, and part of that is taking money off the table so you have it, and so you can enjoy it, and so you can do other things with it.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
you know,
that's heavy.
There's a fine line, but I mean, that's you're a gambler if you never take withdrawals whenever you have profits. You know, I mean, that type thing. So it's just one of those things. I think that, and it rewards you too. It helps you get through the tough days.
Yeah,
you know, and it lets you know, hey, you know what, I did a good job on this, and I made a lot of money on this, and you have to have that reward yourself thing going on in trading.
Yeah.
You know, otherwise it's just a beat down. I mean, even when you win, you don't feel it because we remember the pain a lot more than we remember the wins. You know, I mean, we want to talk about the wins, but the pain is what sticks.
There's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it. You know, the key is, and folks, it's there. Believe me, it's there. You know, so just make sure that you have that discipline, because when you have the discipline and you come in knowing you have the discipline, well, guess what? You know, it's Friday, it's a weekend. You know, you're not sitting there looking at charts all weekend to start on Sunday night again. But guess what? You can have a decent time instead of you know, basically saying coulda, woulda, shoulda, you know, so. And that's where the platform itself comes in, and Darrell's analyzed the folks, because you can risk very small amounts of money until you get used to it. And then whatever you're comfortable with, you're comfortable with. And it's crucial to really get your head wrapped around that. What's going to get interesting here, too, folks, is this whole bond market. So what you have, you know, this looks like an ABC structure on the way up. You know, these bonds, you know, basically going south. You know, we get the 10-year right now is 2.5. Good old Bill Gross, you talk about a trade. You know, PIMCO was buying all the short-term paper, folks. Fidelity was selling it. Federated was selling it. And the bottom line, it doubled. Well, imagine getting a double in the bond market. And what the double was, folks, is that they were basically, it was at 0.15 of 1%, went to 0.35 of 1%. Gross bought everything it could have, and guess what? Right back to 0.15 of 1%. 3 days. Amazing trade, man. You know, and there's a situation that I suspect what you had with Fidelity and Federated, I guess, that was doing that for a public relations deal. And Gross must have been sitting there saying, oh, man, how lucky am I, right?
Yeah.
It's like, what, they're not going to pay their bills in 30 days? Of course they're going to. That was a no-brainer, folks, because you're going to pay your short-term bills. You're not going to pay the longer-term bills. If you don't pay the short-term bills, you can't get any more money. When I saw that come across the tape, I'm saying to myself, I can't believe that they're selling short-term paper, because the government's absolutely going to pay the short-term paper. It would be the longer-term paper. It's whatever you could put off, you'd put off.
Yeah.
Amazing. Absolutely.
There's a whole bunch of just crazy stuff happening with the bonds, obviously, with this whole thing. So what were some of the good ways to play that? Obviously, we have, you know, another whole, I don't think it'll be near as intense because of things they added into the new bill, you know, where they added in, like, where they can do, like, additional extraordinary measures, the president and the Fed. But what are some plays, what are some ideas or thoughts you think that it would be important for traders to be aware of coming into the next debate that's going to be coming up here in, you know, January and February?
It's the bonds. You know, it's always going to be the bonds, because of the fact that that is where, you know, if we delay any type of bond payment, it's problematic. You know what I'm saying? And it is what it is, folks, is this. You know, there was politicians saying it wouldn't have mattered. Folks, it would have mattered in an extraordinary way, not in a small way. And this is why. It's not so much of the paying of it. What happens is that large portfolios, okay, you take your bonds and you can get as much money as you want. And any second of any day, folks, collateral on bonds is 90%. 90%, okay? So let's say you get $1 million worth of bonds. You can pick up the phone, you can say to your bank, hey, I want 900 grand. They give you 900 grand a second, folks. All of that collateral, that would have been the problem going across the system. You know, so that's why bonds are, you know, kind of, you know, that I suspect that would continue being, you know, the deal in that scenario. And I'm just hoping that scenario doesn't happen again. I suspect it's going to be a lot harder to happen, just because it's hurting the economy so bad, man. I mean, it's hurting people, period. You know what I mean? So.
Oh, man, private and public sector.
Yeah, oh, yeah, sure, absolutely, man. You stay right there, folks. Darrell Martin, Tom O'Brien. Appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. We get right now, the Dow is down 17. Nasdaq's up 32. Nasdaq is the big dog, folks. You stay right there. We're coming right back.
Patterns, profits, and peace of mind.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's trading newsletter.
Patterns, profits, and peace of mind.
In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the Forex market, and more. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you the edge you've been looking for. Try patterns, profits, and peace of mind absolutely free for 2 full weeks. That's an $85 value. Yours free when you register right now.
Get Larry's patterns, profits, and peace of mind.
And get the edge you've been looking for.
TFNN has just announced a special sale for 2 weeks only for the Gold Report. To celebrate the 600th weekly issue of Tom O'Brien's Gold Report being published on October 22nd, TFNN is having a special one-time sale. From now until October 22nd only, you can receive 60 weeks of the Gold Report. That's 14 months for only $600. We're offering Tom O'Brien's dynamic weekly newsletter at only $10 a week, which is almost half off the regular monthly price. The Gold Report is published every Tuesday and provides subscribers with Tom O'Brien's expert commentary on the industry, as well as detailed information on a variety of mining equities. Take advantage of this one-time special offer and pay only $600 for 60 weeks of the Gold Report. This offer is valid for current or new subscribers. Everyone is welcome to take part in this special promotion as we celebrate the 600th weekly issue of the Gold Report. All the details are on the front page of TFNN.com. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
What's the one thing that pulls people back from the breakthrough that they're moving towards? What's the only thing that really stops people from taking action? You and I both know the answer, and sure, we can come up with the reasons why we're not where we want to be, but the only reason that we don't do more with our life is fear. Or if you're an overachiever, call it stress. Simply put, there's something that happened to us in our past that's holding us back from the life we deserve, yet you and I are okay, we're here. So why should we let our past control our future? Exactly. We shouldn't. Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes with TFNN.com, and when it comes to your trading and investing, I can help you overcome your fear of loss. Together, we'll turn weakness into strength with a system I've developed called Mastering Probability. I'll teach you how to make your money work harder for you than you do for it. I'll teach you the tools that provide financial freedom. Go to the homepage of TFNN.com, click on my name, Steve Rhodes, and begin your journey of mastering probability risk-free. It's time to become a pioneer of your future versus a prisoner of your past.
Catch Basil Chapman as he uses his Chapman Wave methodology to call the markets. The Tiger Technicians Hour, next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. Darrell Martin, Tom O'Brien. Appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. And don't forget, folks, at TFNN, we do 9 hours of programming every trading day, live programming, 9 o'clock Eastern Time to 6 o'clock. All that programming, folks, you can get right on your cell phone. All you do is you put TFNN.MOBI. If you want to get all the charts, no problem. Just go to TFNN.com. On the right-hand side, you're going to see a little box with phones, iPads, computers in. Hit that box. Our service will know what you're listening on, and you'll get delivered the audio plus the video. Coming up next, of course, is our man, Mr. Basil Chapman. Then you have Nico and Paige, and today we're actually going to have two Tigerses out here. Nico is on vacation, so it's going to be Paige and Allie Ford keeping everyone healthy. Then we're right back here with our man, Mr. Darrell Martin, grooving, no doubt, trading that product. It's a beautiful thing, man, totally. And then, of course, David White will be back this afternoon. So
full lineup right there, man.
We do, no doubt. And folks, when you take a look at when you come over to TFNN, what you are going to see also is that right on the front page, our man, Mr. Andy Hecht, he has a webinar that's coming up on the 22nd of October, 6:30 to 7:30. You can get Andy's newsletter 1 month absolutely free. You just come over and get it for a month free. What you'll end up getting is an outstanding newsletter. You'll get the webinar, and if you decide to get the following month, you will lock in the introductory price. We're going up 25%. So if you want to get Andy's newsletter, outstanding commodity deal, check it out right at TFNN. It's amazing, Darrell, is that, Andy, you talk about commodities, man. I mean, you talk about hitting it, folks, okay? The sugar trade, man, is insane. Sugar this morning, folks, okay? Just so you can understand how dynamic this is, sugar is $1,000 a penny. Well, sugar has just gone from $17 to $20.16. But check this out this morning, folks. This was insane. Sugar went from $18.93 up to $20.16. And you're talking about months of volume behind the move, man. I mean, we've done 168,000 contracts. So that's going to be, let's see what this is. We got 1670.
It's a lot of cavities.
Oh my God, man! Oh yeah, no, it is. No doubt about that, man. It's sick, man. Okay, 16. Let's say 17. You get 225. That's going to be 20. Yeah, it's $21, 21 cents. Don't go buying it right now, folks, but because the move's been there. But you can wait for a kind of a correction. But bottom line is that when these babies move, folks, they like moving in a big way. And when we talk about the Nadex product, whether you're trading indices, or trading the currencies, or trading the commodities, it's all there, and your risk is minimal compared to what you're used to in those futures markets. Big difference, huge difference, no doubt about it, man. So, your daughter's birthday was yesterday.
Yep, turned 7.
Yep.
And she's a trader. She's actually the reason I got into Nadex.
Yes, I know. Yeah, it's a great story, man. Yeah.
And so it's pretty cool. But she loves it, and she'll hop on and she'll pull up a chair by me, and we'll do some trades together and everything else. And
you better watch out. She has a gun now, man. That's
because I want her to be able to take care of those boys, man.
A pink gun, oh man! I'm telling you, man, that's sick. Okay, folks. Hey, Darrell, thank you so much, man. Really appreciate it. You stay right there, folks. We got our man, Mr. Basil Chapman, coming up next, and then Paige and Allie's going to be up. Darrell's going to be back. Dave White and myself. Have a great one, folks. Have a safe one.
Are you ready to ride the next bull market wave? Catch the Chapman Wave. Using the Chapman Wave methodology, Basil's very comprehensive daily newsletter, The Opening Call, gives the short, intermediate, long-term analysis for the key indexes. In his Trader's Corner, he gives a brief market summary and expectation for the day with possible trades, both long and short, which are reviewed daily. A position subscribers sold recently for a 42% on part, plus a 64% on rest. At Hertz Global, as a core position for 6 months before exiting the position. A current position, entered as a turnaround company with good technicals based on Basil's waveform, is trading up to 170% of its entry point as a portion sold earlier for a 21% gain. Subscribers to The Opening Call can see the Chapman Wave techniques demonstrated and explained daily to educate investors. To get your 2-week free trial to The Opening Call, just visit the front page of TFNN.com. Also, don't miss Basil's program, The Tiger Technicians Hour, Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern on TFNN.